And I want it wrote right now. You understand?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm telling you right now.
Watch me. Watch me write it.
Okay, I'll watch you.
Don't you love it?
If you go around asking people about the top car builders in the business, chances are you'll hear the name Boyd Coddington. But we're not just talking about your everyday factory cars here. We're talking about hot rods. These are the big, attention-grabbing, and seriously sexy cars that were born during the golden age of car culture. And Boyd Coddington, well, he's one of the legendary builders known for creating these bold and captivating machines. Anyone familiar with hot rods should know that Boyd Coddington has been responsible for building some of the sweetest hot rods in existence. He transformed the backyard hobby of tattooed guys and t-shirts into a high-end car customizing industry. As the owner of the Boyd Coddington Hot Rod shop, he gained further fame from the reality TV show American Hot Rod, which aired on the Discovery Channel. The show provided an insane look at Boyd and his crew as they crafted breathtaking hot rods and custom vehicles. However, it wasn't just smooth sailing. The show was filled with frequent conflicts, intense arguments, and a high turnover rate among staff members. After a successful run of 5 seasons, the shop eventually closed, and the show went off the air in 2007.
Guys over here marketing and stuff. And it's probably the first place where I ever had a meeting where I sat in a beanbag.
Join us as we find out what really happened to Boyd Coddington from American Hot Rod. Boyd was born on August 28, 1944 in Idaho, the same golden age the cars he likes to transform comes from. He was born in a time dominated by the Second World War, when technological advancements like the jet engine, radar, rocket technology, and nuclear fusion came to be. Boyd was born when people began to dream up space travel and unimaginable technological feats. And these times, the Golden Age, would influence Boyd's creations and what came to be known as the Boyd look in the early 2000s. However, before he became a world-renowned car builder, he was just a boy who loved cars. As a kid, Boyd loved everything about cars and hot rods. He loved them so much that he traded his prized shotgun for a Model A Ford, even though he was only 12 and wasn't old enough to drive at the time. Boyd's interest in automobiles pushed him to attend to trade school, where he studied machining. Once he was done with trade school, he began working at Disneyland as a machinist to earn his daily bread, but he spent all his free time working on cars. Over time, Boyd's skills in improving a car's look became so good that he began getting requests to work on people's cars, and in no time, that became his source of income. In 1977, Boyd opened his first car shop in Stanton, California. It was called Hot Rods by Boyd, and it was a hit. His customization style became the new trend in California, and Boyd was getting customers who just wanted to have the Coddington unique touch on their vehicles. Boyd became the tattoo master you can trust to give you an awesome design instead of drawing up one yourself. Boyd carried on customizing people's cars until the mid-1980s, when he started working to create custom wheels with the help of another car enthusiast, John Buttera. Together, Boyd and John worked to create a signature style. These signature innovations were custom fabricated alloy wheels machined from a solid aluminum billet. It was the first ever of its kind in the industry. This style became the Boyd look. Coddington pioneered this technique, expanded it beyond wheels, and used it broadly throughout his cars. Soon, he got so famous for his work that Boyd had to expand his business. That expansion was the basis for founding Boyd's Wheels Incorporation. Here, Boyd made wheels his custom style and eventually improved his income. As Boyd's fame grew, he began mentoring with other machinists who wanted to follow in his footsteps. Coddington's style was adopted and modified by most car machinists. Many car customization experts learned from Boyd Coddington. Larry Erickson, who designed the legendary Mustang and Thunderbird for Ford Motor Co., worked with Boyd very early in his career. Other big names like designer Chip Foose and fabricator Jesse James also learned from Boyd. Boyd was exceptional. His work has won several awards. He won America's Most Beautiful Roadster Award 7 times, and to date, he remains the only back-to-back winner of the award. He also won the Daimler Chrysler Design Excellence twice. This led him to be inducted into the Grand National Roadster Show Hall of Fame, the SEMA Hall of Fame, the Route 66 Hall of Fame, the National Rod and Custom Museum Hall of Fame, and the Hot Rod Hall of Fame. Some of Boyd's most iconic works include the Vern Lucy Coupe and Cadzilla. The Vern Lucy Coupe set the stage for the Boyd look and was the first car that put Boyd's name on the map. He built it in his garage, intending to make it the ultimate 1933 Ford Hot Rod. For the Vern Lucy Coupe, Boyd got rid of the bumps and allowed the lines of the car to show. He got rid of the door handles and hinges and changed the body dynamics of the car in a way no one had ever thought of. The Vern Lucy Coupe featured the use of Boyd's unique belay aluminum technique, winning him the Slinocker Award, which would be the first of many to come. Thanks to the awards and his unique works like the Vern Lucy Coupe, the name Boyd Coddington was already well known in the automotive world. However, it is the reality TV show American Hot Rods that made Boyd Coddington a household name. On the TV show American Hot Rods, Boyd wasn't just a builder, but an ambassador for the car customization industry who educated Americans at large. The show started by airing on the Learning Channel, TLC, but it was later aired on the Discovery Channel. American Hot Rods revolves around Boyd's business, but added some flair to make it a more enjoyable watch for the viewers. Each episode of the show always lasts for 1 hour, and several episodes in a season can focus on creating one car. Boyd's shop was well known for making cars cooler, but the show helped the show draw in celebrity customers like Billy Gibbons, the man which Cadzilla was made for. Not only that, Boyd's client list on the show included the Beach Boys, Brad Penny of the LA Dodgers, Budweiser, Van Halen's Michael Anthony, and many more. With the reality TV show, Boyd's popularity grew, and it brought one aspect of his business to the attention of the authorities. In 2005, Boyd Coddington found himself in trouble when he was caught amid a title fraud investigation in California. In a highly publicized sting operation, Boyd was accused of laundering the titles of the cars he created out of state. Before Boyd rose to fame on the reality TV show American Hot Rods, machinists and car customization experts had learned how to use the legal loopholes in state and federal statutes to make the almost impossible process of registering the cars they build easier. Seeing his high TV profile, the state of California singled out Boyd, using him as a scapegoat by charging him with a misdemeanor charge related to submitting counterfeit vehicle titles to the state's Department of Motor Vehicles. The authorities stressed that car builders like Boyd were using phony, out-of-state titles that identify cars to be much older or less expensive than they actually are. These titles would allow the owners of the cars to pay lower registration fees and lesser sales tax, and circumvent air pollution regulations. Boyd was registering cars that were completely custom fabrications as antique automobiles, and the California authorities considered it to be a ship of Theseus fraud. The argument was that, with so many elements of the car having been replaced, these cars are now a lot different from their donor cars. Boyd pleaded no contest to the charge on April 7, 2005, and paid $3,000 in restitution to the DMV. He was also mandated to carry out 160 hours of community service. Part of his community service required that he teach his car builders and hot rod enthusiasts how to correctly register their builds. Despite his faults and run-ins with the law, Boyd was and will remain an inspiration to car builders worldwide. It will be impossible not to be reminded of Boyd's influence on any custom street rod, muscle car, or hot rod made after the 1990s. In 2007, the hands of fate struck. Boyd was hospitalized on December 31st, shortly after New Year's Eve. He was discharged, only to be readmitted a few days later for surgery. It was expected that all would go well, but Boyd died on February 27, 2008. After his death, Brad Fanshaw, the former president of Boyd's two companies, revealed Boyd's battle with diabetes. Boyd was a longtime diabetic, and his cause of death was due to the complications from the surgery he had for perforated colon, sepsis, and kidney complications. Boyd was buried in Rose Hills Memorial Park in Whittier, California. Boyd was survived by Joe and Denise Clausen McGee and 5 sons. With Boyd gone, his companies closed on June 20, 2008, and then soon, the show American Hot Rods was canceled as the producers concluded it would never be the same with Boyd's passing. Boyd was 63 years old when he passed away, and he's still greatly missed by the majority of the car customization industry.